But I think they've done a great job in the league as well. I think the physicality and all that they're going to get used to. But I think especially Caitlin Clark, she's been killing it. And I'm a huge fan, and I never say that. But I think it's fun what she's doing. The viewership, man, I think a lot of people have a lot to learn about our league, but I think that's a really fun thing. And if you have really anything negative to say about all the viewership and everything that this rookie class is doing, I just think that you're not capitalizing on it, and you might be a little jealous.
What's happening in the WNBA right now is simply mind-blowing. We've got Sophie Cunningham, Diana Taurasi's teammate on the Phoenix Mercury, dropping some bombshells about Caitlin Clark that'll leave your jaw on the floor. But hold up, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Caitlin Clark isn't just dominating the courts, she's revolutionizing the game. We're talking about broken records, impossible plays, and an evolution of the Indiana Fever that nobody saw coming. And you know what's craziest? Some league veterans are getting jealous. Yeah, you heard that right. The rookie is making such an impact that it's messing with the egos of some established stars. But hang tight, because we're going to break all this down. Let's start with Cunningham's words that are making everyone's ears perk up during a recent interview. Sophie Cunningham recently gave an interview that has everyone talking. She said, "Honestly, I thought we played really well in the fourth quarter, but my turnover in transition really kind of ended the momentum for us." Cunningham's level of self-criticism shows her maturity, but it shouldn't overshadow the positive impact she had on the game. What we saw on the court was a warning of what's to come in the playoffs. Clark's performance, scoring 25 points, grabbing 8 rebounds, and dishing out 8 assists, were not just impressive rookie numbers, they were the starts of someone poised to wreak havoc in the postseason. Cunningham didn't stop there. She continued, "When it comes to viewership, man, I think a lot of people have a lot to learn about our league, but I think that's a really fun thing. If you have really anything negative to say about all the viewership and everything that this rookie class is doing, I just think that you're not capitalizing on it, and you might be a little jealous." Sophie just dropped a bomb on anyone criticizing Clark's success and the other rookies. She's essentially saying if you're not happy with the league's growth, the problem is you. But why is Sophie, an established player, so vehemently defending Caitlin Clark and the rookies? The answer is simple: impact. Clark isn't just playing well, she's transforming how people see the WNBA. Since Clark entered the league, viewership numbers have skyrocketed, and stadiums that used to have empty seats are now packed. People aren't just watching Indiana Fever games, they're buying tickets and talking about the WNBA on social media like never before. And you know what's most impressive? Clark is doing all this as a rookie. She didn't have years to adjust to the league, to build her fan base. She arrived and is already dominating. In the last 5 games, Clark has been a true machine. We're talking an average of 22.6 points, 8.4 assists, and 4.8 rebounds per game. But it doesn't stop there. She's shooting 48.1% from the field and an impressive 44.4% from three-point range. This isn't just good for a rookie. This is elite for any basketball player. But the most impressive part is that Clark isn't just putting up numbers for herself, she's elevating the entire team's game. With Clark on the court, the Fever went from a team struggling to avoid last place to a serious title contender. Sophie Cunningham and other smart players are realizing Clark's success is the success of the WNBA as a whole. In the last 5 games, Clark has been averaging 22.6 points, 8.4 assists, and 4.8 rebounds per game, while shooting 48.1% from the field and an impressive 44.4% from three-point range. Clark is not only putting up elite numbers for a rookie, but she's also elevating the entire team's game. The Fever has gone from a team struggling to avoid last place to a serious title contender. You know that record for most points generated in a WNBA season? Clark is about to break it. She's already among the top 3 rookies of all time in total points, and the season isn't even over yet. But it's not just about the points. Clark is redefining what it means to be a point guard in the WNBA. Her assists aren't just passes, they're works of art. She's seeing angles that nobody else sees, making passes that leave even the commentators speechless. And you know what's craziest? She's doing all this while facing defenses specifically designed to stop her. Entire teams are changing their strategies just to try to contain Caitlin Clark, and yet she keeps dominating. That's why Sophie Cunningham and other veterans are so impressed. Clark isn't just playing well, she's changing the game. She's forcing teams and players to adapt, to evolve, and in the process, she's elevating the level of the entire league. Cunningham mentioned the jealousy and criticism that Clark is facing, and it seems unbelievable. A rookie coming in and shaking up the league to the point of making veterans jealous. But that's exactly what's happening, folks. Some players and even some fans are criticizing the attention Clark is receiving. They say it's over the top, but she's stealing the spotlight from more experienced players. But let's be honest, this is pure jealousy. As Sophie Cunningham wisely pointed out, those complaining about the visibility Clark is bringing to the league are not capitalizing on it, and might be a little jealous. She's absolutely right. Clark's success doesn't diminish the value of any other player. On the contrary, the more attention the WNBA receives, the better it is for all players. More fans mean more revenue, which can lead to higher salaries, better playing conditions, and more opportunities for everyone. Clark is literally expanding the league's market. She's bringing new fans to women's basketball, people who might never have watched a WNBA game before. And once these fans are in, they're not just watching Clark, they're discovering all the amazing players the league has to offer. That's why smart players like Cunningham are embracing the Caitlin Clark phenomenon. They understand that a rising tide lifts all boats. Clark's success is the success of the WNBA as a whole. Clark deserves all the hype she's getting. She's not just putting up numbers, she's redefining what's possible in women's basketball. Her passes, her court vision, her scoring ability, it's all at a level we've rarely seen from a rookie. So to those who are criticizing or feeling jealous, here's some advice. Instead of complaining, ride the wave. Use all this new attention to showcase your own talent, because at the end of the day, what Caitlin Clark is doing is opening doors for all WNBA players. Now let's talk about the future, because folks, if what we're seeing from Caitlin Clark now is impressive, what's coming next promises to be even more incredible. First, let's talk records. Clark is already close to breaking several WNBA rookie records. She's on track to have the best debut season in terms of combined points and assists. And let's not forget, she still has several games ahead in this season. But the most exciting part is thinking about her growth potential. Clark is still adapting to the WNBA game. She's still learning the nuances of the league and the tendencies of opposing defenses. Imagine what she'll be like in a year or two when she has even more experience. It's not just Clark who's going to evolve, it's the entire Indiana Fever. As the team continues to build around her, we can expect to see an increasingly sophisticated and efficient offensive scheme. The Fever could well become one of the most feared teams in the league in the coming years. Plus, Clark's impact on the WNBA's popularity will likely continue to grow. We're already seeing a significant increase in viewership and fan engagement. If this trend continues, we could be on the brink of a new golden era for professional women's basketball. This could lead to more investment in the league, better contracts for players, more media coverage, and who knows, maybe even expansion to new cities. The sky is the limit. We can't forget the impact Clark is having on the next generation. How many young players are watching her now and dreaming of being the next Caitlin Clark? She's inspiring a whole new generation of talent, which will only strengthen the WNBA even more in the future. Finally, there's the question of legacy. If Clark keeps up this pace, we're not just talking about a great player, we're potentially talking about one of the greatest of all time. She has the potential to be to the WNBA what players like Michael Jordan and LeBron James are to the NBA. But heads up, folks, because it's not all roses in Caitlin Clark's world and the WNBA. As she continues to dominate and draw attention, the pressure and challenges only increase. First, we have the expectation issue. Clark has set such a high standard in her rookie season but now everyone expects her to surpass it every game. What if she has a bad night? What if she goes through a scoring drought? The critics will come out of the woodwork real quick. You can bet on that.